Hello, and welcome to Wrath and Glory, Antipode D&D edition, a show in which a bunch of Australians play a roleplay game set in the grim darkness of the far future. I am Doug, I am your dungeon master for this little adventure into worlds beyond, and I am joined by my players April, Kynwin, David, and Zindi. Given that it's a new campaign, and given that we may have some people joining us brand new from episode 1 of a new adventure in a new game system, in a new setting, with new things to do, I thought it might be a good idea to get to know our players a little bit. So, could one of you please start by telling us who you are and something about you?
We just go around. Let's just
Sure,
do
let's
that.
do it.
Okay. Hi, my name is April Prime. I am a concept artist and illustrator. I work largely with Wizards of the Coast. I work on D&D and Magic the Gathering. And I love Warhammer a whole bunch. And I recently started to learn how to play. That's exciting. Yeah.
I'm Kynwin. I'm a writer who has worked in TV and games and various other mediums. And I'm coming to this campaign without a shred of knowledge about Warhammer 40k.
Oops, so my microphone was working, but it wasn't recording for the first 30 minutes or so of this. So we played the game as usual. I didn't realize until a little while, so it didn't affect our play. But I'm just going to either cut to me talking or just put some little captions on the screen for the parts where I'm talking so that you know what I'm going on about. Sorry about that. Slightly new system, but quick introduction. I'm David. I've been a writer. I've been an artist. I've worked on video games. I've worked in a animation studio for a little while. I'm also a photographer of birds and other things. I was also the dungeon master for our previous D&D game that went on for about 5 years, and we'll come back to again one day. I decided I needed a break from that, so I handed it over to Doug, who is now running this game, and much thanks to him.
And alphabetically last, I am Zin. I Zin the Things. You may recognize me from such games as Hot Lizards in Your Area, and such drawing compilations as Many Sexy Disliked Men. I love me some 40k, so when that was suggested as the next thing we were doing, I was absolutely there for it, and I'm pretty stoked. Let's go.
Cool. And I'm Doug. I am primarily a mini painter on the artistic side of things. By day, I work a square job, but I really love painting my minis. Huge Warhammer fan, and was kind of the obvious choice for, hey, let's play a Warhammer RPG to DM that nonsense. So I'm excited to do that. So I'm really excited to get into this with you guys. We've played a couple of session 0 kind of games to get to know the system a little bit, get to grips with the different sort of roles that we'll be doing and all of that sort of stuff. But good news, dear listener / viewer, you haven't missed much, and we'll catch you up in today and then get into the adventure proper as we start. And without further ado, why don't we get into it? So, what I would love you all to picture is effectively a CRT monitor at this stage. Black screen, green text, real classic DOS type shit. Scrolling up the screen are some simple words as we begin our adventure. And they read as follows. After action report, 176 Theta 25/N, colloquially known as the Cacochronomatic Affair. Event date 9.385.028.M42. For the attention of Lord Inquisitor Boris Oru, Ordo Kronos. Classification level Vermilion. Report compiled by Interrogator Rix on behalf of Inquisitor Name Redacted. Report begins. Greetings, Lord Inquisitor, from my most esteemed Lord Inquisitor Name Redacted. Pronoun redacted. Regrets being unable to compile this report in person, but trusts my lord will accept this report from a trusted and long-served operative such as myself in pronoun redacted's stead. This story contains quite a few twists and turns, and so I will warn my lord now that where we start and where we end may very well be wildly different places. I beg my lord's patience. I have told this story as succinctly as I can, and believe all details contained to be relevant to the unfoldings of this most bizarre event. Our story begins in the display halls of Solemnace, an entire planet turned into a showroom of galactic history and domain of one Trazen the Infinite, an overlord of the ancient machine race known as the Necrons and self-appointed curator of the galaxy's great events. In hall after hall, heroes, villains, and moments of interest are frozen in time. Powerful stasis technologies combined with the Necrons' masterful Tesseract vaults to safely display some of the galaxy's mightiest souls for the enjoyment of the slowly reawakening nobility of Necron society. It is in these halls that we encounter the heroes of our story. In a single display gallery, 4 frescoes of time stand before us. And so, of our players, who would like to describe their little pocket of time frozen in Trazen the Infinite's gallery first?
I got you. So in this little pocket exhibition, we see the figure of a son of Magnus the Red, one of the Thousand Sons, famed sorcerers on the side of Chaos. He is wearing a typical sorcerer's garb, blue armor, Egyptian, very Egyptian themed, but in a different way to the Necrons. Cape billowing behind him, robes, arm outstretched like he is standing defiantly. All of his items are floating about him that we did learn were only hard light constructs of them. And in front, behind the figure of this Thousand Sun sorcerer is an enormous copy of Magnus the Red, who seems very unhappy with his wayward son.
Perfect. And in front of this display, a nameplate in the ancient tongue of the Necron, but translated here for my lord's convenience, is the name of this particular object of interest, which is
Kepri Apophis.
wonderful. And who's next?
I believe I was next to that display. So in the adjacent inset box in the wall, you see a white-skinned human woman in an antechamber so filled with people and creatures that it's hard to make out the architecture. She wears the armor of a Sister of Battle, but where you might expect to see red or black, you see pink and white. Opposite her in the sea of enemies is a more typical Sister of Battle, and this is who she is swinging her enormous warhammer against. The diorama catches her mid-arc with her long blonde ponytail streaking out behind her like a scorpion's tail. And on the little plaque, in a language she can't read, are the words Sister Anthony.
So the next tableau is of a young human woman, very pale skin, like she's seen very little, if not any sun in her life. She's wearing a long coat, which looks like a modified commissar's coat, but she has augmetic legs. Both her legs are mechanical. She's got an augmetic left eye. Her hair is undercut and parted to the side, and it grades to red. And her coat is in brown and red. And she is in a very defiant stance. She is standing in front of what looks like a horde of mutant people rushing at her in a vast underground complex. She's holding up what looks like a remote detonator with a big red button, and she is pushing it, and her face is lit by the flare of an explosion, a vast explosion that is ripping through these mutants and coming towards her. And at the bottom of her display, there is a nameplate that says Neve.
Alrighty. And the last of the 4 displays is this looks utterly like a propaganda poster. You have like just flaming sky, mountain of the dead, and you've got this ragged but heroic looking character perched upon the top like the Doom guy. She's got an enormous flamer and other kind of things going on with this gun as well, which she has raised. She is screaming vengeance into the sky. One hand up and absolutely just in the moment, here to destroy everything that gets in her way. And the plaque attached to this one reads Prisoner 131166151 Gretchen.
I trust that these picked captures have been helpful for my Lord Inquisitor as he begins to understand the nature of the heroes who form the heart of this story. What happens next is unclear, even to my most cunning augur arrays. But there was a power failure of some kind, whether through deliberate sabotage or the grinding passage of time. The stasis fields failed, and our subjects escaped into Trajan's galleries. Having progressed through the halls of Solemnace and faced various challenges, they now find themselves before Trajan the Infinite's throne. And that's where my augur spies have picked up the case, and where our story begins. And so, for the Lord Inquisitor's benefit, and for you as our audience's benefit, we now cut to the live feed. Well, not the live feed, but the recorded feed of the adventure. Our four heroes have fought their way through to a throne of some kind, and sitting upon that throne is Trajan the Infinite, Overlord of Solemnace, a Necron lord of some stature, but also with the hunched shoulders of an archivist, really, at heart. Giant cowled metallic hood that comes up over his head to protect him from what? It's not like he needs it to protect him from the sun anymore, but he now has a rather stylish hood. A cloak of interlinked kind of tessellated metallic shards rather than fabric, and a staff that emits a pulsing green light as he stands and speaks and says, "Welcome to Solemnace. I am Trajan, called the Infinite. You have proven yourselves worthy, and I have a task for you."
Purpose immediately shoots him in the face.
Okay, let's roll for combat.
Uh,
Apophis, as you draw your bolter and aim at Trajan, you hear a little voice in your head as the blue horror that you accidentally summoned in session 0
Hey, buddy.
leans into your ear and says, "Tee-hee-hee-hee. Let me help you with this one. He's a problem and he has to go."
He's not going to respond to it, but he's going to let the blue horror help, sure.
Cool. That means that we get to use the corruption mechanic for the first time as well in the first roll of our game.
I'm already corrupt.
So, Apophis, can you go
A
ahead
little bit of
and
that
make
going
a
on.
corruption test for me? We're going to make this one just a simple difficulty 3 corruption.
Where
To
is
roll
the-
your corruption test
Yeah.
in the combat panel of your character sheet, which we find
Uh-huh.
in Foundry, which we're sort of playing through, there's a number called conviction.
Give me a second. Yep.
So if you click on that, that should be a rollable stat.
Conviction. Oh, corruption.
Yep.
Yep.
Difficulty 3, please.
Difficulty 3. Oh, I don't think I can do anything lower than 7 because I'm goosed. Remember,
Oh,
I
you
got.
already have.
Remember, I got super cooked last game.
yeah, you,
Oh yeah,
you
that's right.
were-
Yes, so yes,
several
sorry, yes,
burdens.
you're already injured, and the blue horror is whispering in your ear, and corruption abounds for you,
Yeah.
Kevri Apophis.
We-
So
you
roll and
did
we'll see
stop
what
being on
happens.
fire, though.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
mean,
You're no
yeah,
longer on fire.
that's true. Yeah, that's good. Look, man, I'm a chaos wizard.
Sister Anthony threw a tank buster at the big one, and it was sick.
It's true.
It
Yeah.
was
Complications are
beautiful.
standard.
It was like 6 in a row, and that was just the one turn, and then it was another turn and like another 3.
My gun
Mhm.
blew up twice.
It was incredible.
It was
did, it's true.
silly.
The floor was melting. It was crazy.
No, that wasn't screwing up. That was working as intended.
True.
Wonderful. Okie dokes. So, Apophis, you have failed your corruption test,
That's fine.
which means that you have gained some corruption points. The dark path of chaos whispers in your ear as this blue
Does
horror.
it? Does
Yeah,
the
I know,
dark
right? You,
Chaos-
a chaos
Chaos sorcerer?
aligned sorcerer who is
Sure.
already open to the warp in mind and soul. However, so you gain 4 corruption, like it says in the roll that we just made.
Cool.
But the blue horror is true to their word, and they have slightly nudged your bolter.
Thanks, buddy.
Your ruin dice is automatically a 6, so it's an auto crit
Oh, sweet.
What?
on Trajan the Infinite. So please
Yeah,
go ahead and roll to hit with your bolter.
Look, I know what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
Bolter. How do I do that again?
You should just
In
be able to
weapons,
click
you can click
on-
it.
Yeah. There we go. Auto crit, you said?
Yep.
Alrighty, how much heresy? That's a bit of heresy.
Bring up the critical hit table.
Oh, that's a lot of food. Yeah,
Yes, critical hit
nice.
table. So, what did you roll?
For those
5
of you in the
successes.
audience, if you roll a fail, there's a little stamp on it that says it's heresy. This is a really cute interface.
Very adorable.
So, because the crit is or because it's a critical hit anyway, you'll get the 2 extra successes to pass the difficulty number on that.
Cool.
Plus, I'd have to actually double check. I just kind of want you to hit Trazen at this point.
Yeah,
But
I
congratulations,
just want
you
to
hit
shoot
Trazen
Trazen.
the Infinite.
You kind of want to. He's a
Niam is on
Necron.
your side.
Exactly right. Please go ahead and roll a d66 for me, which I think you can just do in the chat by typing /roll space d66. And it should just roll the number for you.
Forcing us to code. What is this?
That's not code, honey.
It's basically code for mankind when
It's a code.
I got
You
a
have rolled
16.
A 16, which on the d66 chart in front of me is a headshot. The
Oh,
Blue Horror, true to
fuck
its word,
Trazen.
has guided your bolt rifle or
Thanks,
your bolt
buddy.
gun shot directly into the armored cowl of Trazen the Infinite, as though the giant sort of armored sheath were a target and his head were the bullseye.
Bing, 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 bing.
Exactly right. The bolt hits him square in the
Bonk.
face, detonates, and the entire faceplate and what you presume are very, very delicate circuitries beneath erupts. The body staggers for a moment, starts to fall backwards, and even as it starts falling backwards, you notice that all of the trappings of Trazen's office, the cowl, the cloak, the staff, all of the like golden accoutrement that stud his mechanical body, have started to fade. And by the time it hits the deck, it is just the body of a standard Necron warrior that clatters to the deck and then evaporates into mist, effectively, to be repaired elsewhere. Something else, however, happens when you do that. On either side of the throne room, 4 kind of doors that had sat flush with the wall and looked for all the world like just another blank sheet of obsidian roll up, and super burly robot men walk out.
Hot.
I did this as Indy,
broad-shouldered-
actually.
Yeah, that's right. This is a Zindy bit. Broad-shouldered, heavy bundles of fiber of like mechanical muscle sitting underneath armored sheaths across their body, each carrying a massive shield and effectively a halberd in the other hand. And they walk in, weapons drawn. They don't attack you, but they do sort of stand to attention in front of you and around you. Also, at the back of the throne room, the entire back wall opens up, and you see rank after rank after rank of the same blank-bodied Necron warriors standing kind of at attention, but their eyes are dim. There's no sort of green energy crackling through their rib cages or anything like that.
Nice soldiers.
Exactly right. Very much like that iRobot scene where there's all the inactive robots. Except for the one at the front left of that particular procession, which has a signature hooded cowl, gold accoutrement, and a staff crackling with green energy in his hands. And Trazen the Infinite steps out and says, "It's in the name. Trazen the Infinite."
Very
I shoot him
distinct of
again.
him.
If you've
Roll the
seen
hit.
Pariah Nexus, you know what Space Marines do.
The Blue Horror is just giggling at this point and doesn't even offer to help. Just roll the hit.
Is it just the same dice with the bolt gun, yeah?
Same dice again, yeah. Bolt gun
Yeah,
test.
okay.
Yes, great question. So while that's happening, Neve, if you want to roll I'll make it investigation to figure out how many guys are here. Alas, you have missed this time. The shot goes
okay.
wide.
I don't plan on beating Trazen the Infinite. We're fine.
Infinite's a pretty big number.
It's true.
I'm a big fan of his work, so.
Neve, yep. Perfect. Neve, there are more Necron warriors, like basic-bodied Necron warriors, than you can count in that particular corner of Trazen's throne room. Rank after rank after rank. So much so, in fact, that with that shift, you think that this space might be bigger on the inside.
Look at that happy little David face.
This Necron world the geometry, the physics make no damn sense. There are more Necrons here than should be able to fit in this space. In fact, as you look off to the right, you can see the room that you came in from. You know where the walls are for that room. There are Necrons that run into that wall and just keep going in this little pocket sort of dimension behind this wall.
Non-Euclidean Necron space.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose isn't listening.
I think he is having fun.
Bolter trained at Trazen, seeing what he says.
Well,
Space Marine training. Necron bad.
Mhm.
he sort of traces the bolt as it sort of sails past him and bounces into the wall somewhere and detonates. And he goes, "Well, that was embarrassing."
Wow.
Rip. This
A
guy's had a
Space Marine
long
missing at
time
this range.
to think of his sass.
Look, man. Gun is trained at Neve now.
Now,
All right.
I would like to resolve this without resorting to mind shackle scarabs to make you all pay attention. Can we all agree to put down the weapons for a moment?
Speak, Xeno.
Wonderful. It's been great to watch you engage with all of these little tests on the way here. You have proven to be my most skilled, most expendable exhibits. I am looking forward to making the most of you. Well, look, you're unique and you're interesting, no doubt there, but you're not exactly galactically significant.
Gretchen in the background is like, expendable. That's me.
I don't know. Purpose slumps a little bit. The gun is lowering.
Oh,
That's a depressed
Mr.
wizard.
Anthony is just listening with interest because no
I
offense
mean,
taken.
I could take one of the Adeptus Custodes out of stasis and deploy them for this, but they're so hard to get a hold of. The Adeptus Custodes, for those of you who have any kind of experience with the Imperium of Man, are the Emperor's giant golden bodyguards. The
They
guys
look like
who
the Pillar
protect
Men
the
from
Emperor of Man.
JoJo's.
They are
Literally.
basically Pillar Men
Oily.
from JoJo's.
So how a
Um,
Space Marine is to a human, a Custodes is to a Space Marine. One
They-
Custode is an army.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Yep. It's true. And those men and women are very hard for Trazen to come across, but he does have one or two in the collection.
He's got a couple.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have an offer. I can put you back in stasis if you'd like, or we can look at doing something more interesting with your time.
Continue.
I have acquired a device from a valued colleague, and I look forward to using it. Unfortunately, my duties keep me here, and I can't really just disappear and take it where I want to go. So, I'm going to give you this particular device and someone to operate it for you.
For what purpose?
Is it?
Well, I'm glad you asked. And Trazen, warming to his subject, steps into the middle of his little throne room and, seemingly out of nowhere, using the same kind of holographic projectors that he was using in your display cabinets, a whole bunch of planets start appearing in like little holographic representations as he walks around and starts warming to his theme. Look at all of these planets. Wonderful, wonderful creations, pieces of the universe. Unfortunately, he starts sort of waving his hand around, and a lot of them either explode or disappear or burn out. Many of them are no longer with us. I have
Sister
acquired.
Anthony will flinch at that because this is new.
Some of them actually predate your species, and I would like to get some things from there. Little snippets of history that we can preserve and keep for others to enjoy as the March of Aeon rolls on. And so, in the middle of all of these sort of dead, dying, decaying, splitting apart planets, a small kind of crescent-shaped device appears in the middle. If you think like an armored croissant, you're not terribly far off.
That's Necron as fuck, yeah.
One big, thick part in the middle, stretching out to much smaller, thinner kind of prongs out the front in segmented sections. It is basically a black armored croissant.
Delicious.
I have acquired one of these. My colleague called it, oh, what did he say? It was a transitionally asynchronous relocatable dimensional incident surveyor. Now, my colleague uses it to observe the past and learn from it. I think we can go one better. I would like to use it to preserve the past. And so I'm going to send you back in time to collect things of interest for me.
And then what?
He's clearly waiting for applause, as like,
Oh.
what a great idea, Trazen.
No applause. You can
I-
hear the
look-
barking Roomba down the hall.
You can also hear Sister Anthony blinking.
Squish, squish.
Gretchen's kind of sort of at attention, but she's not sure if she should be at attention because it's not a commissar that's talking to her.
Confusing.
But like she understands that this is a briefing.
Yes.
And then what? Will you let us go? Why do we have to do
Well-
this for you if your dynasty is so powerful?
As I say, I have tasks that keep me here. And then from like behind you, as the giant wall closes on the hall of warriors, you hear another voice call out, "Because he can't move through time." And you see moving through a entranceway, or the big entranceway at the back of the throne room, down a flight of stairs, is another Necron, clearly of some status because she's not just a basic warrior with no sort of attachments or anything like that. She has the standard Necron kind of rib cage for the torso and a death mask kind of head, like most of the other Necrons. But instead of the usual sort of two eyes that your average Necron has, she has a single ocular set into the middle of her head.
That's
And her
cute.
body kind of ends at the waist and becomes a mass of like tentacle or mechanical tentacles that she's using to kind of propel herself along. Her shoulder pads, or her shoulder blades, I should say, what would be like the shoulder blades on a skeleton, pull up across her back and frame her head quite nicely in a rather nice orbit, and thin out to become almost like the orbital rings of planets around the star or the star of her head.
Beautiful.
She sounds cool.
And so he needs someone to go and get things for him, or else they'll be lost to time forever.
I like this
Like-
lady.
I was gonna say, good sass.
Now,
She's good.
Necron faces don't move. They are rictus masks. They're basically metallic skulls. You can feel Trazen's eyes narrow as he catches sight of her entering.
I don't know.
There
I
you go.
have a doll to gun up, but not shooting.
Wonderful. Allow me to introduce you to your chaperone, Inatek the Chronomancer.
Oh, we get to keep her.
Is it Imotech or Inotech?
You couldn't tell by the length of
Inotech.
description.
Inekeh.
That's like when you meet someone in The Witcher who's got more polygons in their shirt than everyone
Yeah.
else. You're like, sure, we'll get to
That's a
keep that one.
business. That one.
Mm.
Let me get my notes.
Inatek has agreed to assist me with this matter. Agreed nothing. You've captured my master, and this is the only way I'm ever going to get a chance to get him back.
Yeah,
D-
Necrons with
details,
it.
Helpful thing
it's
for you
fine.
to just say.
You'd capture one of your own kind?
But of
Guy
course,
seems like he captures kind of everything.
we are the only
point.
creatures who offer each other a real challenge.
You can't see Purpose's face, but you also feel his eyes narrow.
Be game hunter?
Neve
Absolutely.
raises a hand and she says, "Can I just ask, if you take things out of time, are we outside of the time we came from?"
Inatek kind of tilts her head and looks at Trazen and goes, "Yes. Would you like to answer that one, O great overlord of Solemnes?" Trazen says, "Well, of course. I have taken you from times where you were important but not massively significant, and given you a pride of place in my collection. For some of you, it might only be 5 or 10 years. For some of you, it might be thousands."
Neve now looks horrified. For the first time, I mean, she's been sort of scared and on the back foot and confused and surprised, but this is the first time she actually looks upset by all of this. And she says, "And you're going to put us back, aren't you?"
Well, that will depend on how effective you are at recovering things for me. If there is something that replaces you in the collection, I would be happy to return you to your own time.
Lady,
Well,
he said
I.
expendable.
I will get dear Inatek here to return you to your own time. Oh, will you now?
Which of us was your first acquisition? Bob still up.
Man, that'd be telling.
Oh, it's so difficult to remember these things. I have so many things in the collection. I would have to check the notes.
Purpose looks to Inatech. Does she know?
Inatek kind of shrugs a little bit. She's like,
She doesn't track this guy when he's playing with his figurines.
yeah, exactly right.
Where is my staff?
At this, Trazen does genuinely slump a little bit. He's like, a terrible thing to lose in this acquisition. I'm afraid I don't know.
Lose? Lose?
He
Yes,
lost the accessory.
My accessories. No.
when we collected you for the collection, the staff was unfortunately already gone.
The seal on your box was broken.
What do
You
you mean
are not
already
meant.
gone?
It's always so
No.
terrible to get such substandard pieces for the collection. Maybe next time.
Yo. Okay, first of all, rude.
Purpose slumps again. Everyone's slumping right now.
Except Gretchen's still in attention.
She's at attention. Gretchen's having a great time right now.
But look,
Mr. Anthony has not
this is
slumped.
business as usual. She's expendable. She's being sent somewhere she's being sent somewhere she doesn't know where the fuck it is. She doesn't have a choice in the matter. Everything's working as intended.
That's the average guard's experience.
Even more so for a chem dog.
Well, I need my staff back. If I use any magic without it, this entire place could implode.
Ah, well then. How wonderful that you're not going to be in this place for long.
Ugh. Do you have any
Well
idea
done.
in all your greatness where it went?
I don't, but if you find it, do bring it back.
I'll be sure to.
Wonderful, wonderful. He starts clapping his hands together again in that sort of dull iron clang of robot hands clapping with no padding on the palms. This sounds like a wonderful partnership. Well then, I have much to do. Oh, actually, before I go, I almost forgot to give you your gifts. He clicks his fingers with, again, that sort of tinny metallic ting. A scarab runs out and repairs Gretchen's flamer.
Ah.
Runs the little 3D printer over the parts that are busted, carves out some things, fixes them, scuttles off again. And you all get a tiny little scarab. It's effectively like, instead of the Roomba-sized scarabs that are the usual Canoptex, what you get is almost like a brooch-sized scarab that sort of floats over to you and then falls into your palm, onto your shoulder, onto a flat surface near you, basically. Whatever you hold out for it.
Mr. Anthony is delighted.
You got Bitey 2.0.
I got
Bite
the
it.
bug.
What is this for?
These are your communicators. They will assist you with talking to each other over long distances. They will allow you to communicate with Inatek when something is finished and you have something to bring back to her. And they will allow you to understand almost any language in the galaxy.
I'm going to call my nibbles.
Neve holds her up and says, "Hello, can anyone hear me? We're being held by a strange robot in a strange place, and I doubt he'd give us a means of asking for help, but I'm going to try anyway. Hello? Help."
Is this place strange?
You all hear that, but no one else, alas.
She looks at the three of you and says, "Well, help!"
I don't
Ideal.
really know what help would entail in this situation.
not saying anything aloud, but Gretchen's just looking at it like, that's some expensive shit. Nobody gives that to someone like me.
Is it like a
Scarab-
still brooch or does it scuttle? Can it move?
So it does still scuttle, and as it's kind of running around on your palm, Trazen
Yes.
sort of says again, or pipes up again and says, the wonderful thing is it will even adjust to your preferred method of wearing it. For example, he waves a hand and it turns into like a brooch or like an armlet that will wrap around your forearm if you want it to be there, with the scarab set into the middle of it, or it'll turn into like a brooch that you can wear on your chest piece.
There are
or
already
just an
so many
over-ear.
scarabs on a Purpose's armor. Find a spot, man.
It just joins them.
Yeah.
Sister Anthony's is gonna be free range.
Oh, cute.
That is cute.
Oh.
Probably
nipple-
Gretchen's would attach
nipple?
to her bomb collar. 'Cause she's got one of
Oh,
those.
nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Adorable.
Fashionable.
Where's Neve keeping that
yeah.
scarab?
Neve is just holding it for now.
Okay.
2 fingers.
Doesn't want to lose this on her person.
Is the blue horror around?
Um,
Is he hiding under my skirts or something? Where is he?
roll psychic mastery as you kind of reach out and see if the demon is hanging out.
Psychic. I'm not feeling very well. I did it. Wrath complication.
I see a wrath complication on a
Oh dear.
bit of psychic nonsense, but yes, you successfully do it. No shifts possible. You do detect the blue horror hanging around. He's gone a little bit quiet, and
We
doesn't
suspected
really
there
want to interact when Trazen the Infinite is around. He knows what happens to things that get collected by Trazen.
We suspected there were 2. Is
Yes.
that on the radar? Is it can our
Does the
wizard
Purpose
sense that?
know? Does the Purpose know who he is? He would. Surely.
Probably, but you've also not particularly engaged with the horror all that much yet. He's still kind of just out on the periphery. You're still only
Once
detecting the
Trazen's-
one for now.
Yeah,
but
once
if there is
Trazen's
a second
gone.
one, he's well hidden.
Yeah, once Trazen's gone, I would like to see the horror.
Now, we did roll a wrath complication, so let's see what happens.
Enjoy it, Trazen!
Do you want to roll the complication on the bottom of your...
Oh, sure. Yeah, I forgot about that. Problems. Oh, Apophis.
Oh, something from your past comes back to haunt you. An old wound flares up in pain, or you're distracted by a memory. All of this, like, important people shouting and kind of calling you expendable has brought up some real bad feelings about, like, the Horus Heresy and the way, you have been treated by other Primarchs in the past.
Yeah, it's not great.
They were mean.
They were
Very
mean! This is going to be
You have
sad
been
for a while.
distracted by trauma.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just going to slump even more. Gun's fully down now. No Space Marine. Just sad.
500 yard stare. Kill Bill sirens.
Yeah.
So where do you want us to go and steal things? Collect things?
I want to steal.
What? I want to steal.
And Neve says, and can we keep any of the things we find for ourselves?
Trazen thinks for a moment, scratches his chin. Sounds like someone rolling like a rasp across a metal sheet.
I was going to say, that's not a nice noise. Not at all.
Yeah, and he goes, huh.
It might make us more effective as your, what's the word I'm looking for? Servitors?
Yes. Tell you what, I will take right of claim on everything you find, but anything I don't want, you are free to keep.
How kind.
Neve makes a mental note to not tell him about everything they find.
Wonderful. Okay, well, that being the case, oh, yes, some rules. I need to give you some rules. Hang on. And he, like, rifles around at his belt and finds, like, a tiny little... You're not quite sure where it came from, because he doesn't actually have a belt. But from where a belt would be on a creature, he pulls seemingly out of nowhere, out of a little pocket dimension, effectively an iPad. It's a data slate, but it is an iPad for all intents and purposes. And he sort of scrolls through it.
I was going to say Warhammer iPads is called data slates.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you ever
It
want to talk
scrolls
about iPhone, data slate.
Yep.
Data slate.
And he goes, here it is. Don't mess with the fabric of time. You can take things, but don't take very important things. The places I will send you are niche interests, things that amuse scholars such as myself, but will not be galactically catastrophic if you are involved in them. For example, I might not necessarily send you to Terra at the height of the Horus Heresy.
Please don't.
I'm not inclined necessarily to send you to Macragge at the height of the Tyrannic Wars.
Please don't do
However,
that.
there are tiny pockets of the galaxy where things have gone missing that I would like for the collection, and so that is where I'm going to send you.
What, do you have a ship for us?
I do. And for that, I'm going to turn you over to Inatech, who will handle it from here.
I bet she's thrilled.
All right, come along. And Inatech starts kind of crawling up the stairs that lead out of the main throne room.
Follow her.
Yep.
Neve
Come on into
follows.
step.
Cool. Excellent. You follow. There's not a ton to look at, to be honest, as you're walking through. All the same stuff that you would have seen earlier as you're wandering through Solemnace. It's a lot of blank black walls, roofs, floors. The Necron are very big on obsidian or blackstone everywhere. Lots of green light emanating from
Gonna
things.
say RGB as fuck.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. Lots of green RGB floating around.
Inside of a Razer computer.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But then, as you sort of keep moving through, you do see tapestries and wall hangings and art from various cultures hanging on the walls around the place in little stasis fields. You walk past a plinth that has a ancient Thunder Warrior's helmet sitting on it. One of the
Wow.
very first proto-space marines that the Emperor built before he'd even left Earth and gone to conquer the rest of the galaxy.
Oh man. Do we see any squats?
Roll awareness for me, and we'll see if you see a squat.
Awareness. Okay, there it is. This is not gonna be good. Just a 3?
Yeah, just a DM3.
Yo, whatever that was, it worked.
Woo!
You do, in fact, in a small alcove just before you hit the hangar area, there is, in fact, a squat, one of the space dwarves, effectively, if you're thinking of it in D&D
Holy
terms.
shit. Holy shit, they're real.
The squats famously disappeared from the galaxy at one point. Have recently started making a comeback, although depending on when you were captured by Trazen, you wouldn't necessarily know that. But in his classic padded leather gear, with the biker helmet on and the sunnies kind of sitting low on his face. Big beard, bolt gun sort of raised over one arm, posed as though he means business.
Yeah.
Cool.
Neve is inspecting all of these exhibits, but at every stage is looking for anything she can steal, that anything small enough that she can palm it, which also might look useful.
Is there anything that's going to be like that? I tell you what, yes, there is. You're not quite sure what it is, but it looks like it either hasn't been put on display fully yet, or it's like in the middle of being mounted, or the stasis field has failed and it's kind of falling off of or falling out of its space a little bit. But there is a little lockbox that you
Okay.
could probably palm if you really wanted to.
Yep, Neve is going to try.
That is going to be. When am I going to make you roll for that? I think it might
Is the
be
Wrath and Glory
cunning that we use for that one. No, cunning's fellowship. Let's not do that.
Stealth?
Let's go ahead and roll. It's probably going to be stealth still, isn't it? That probably makes the most sense.
Okay.
And we'll make it difficulty, let's say 5. It's going to be hard to steal from the galaxy's greatest kleptomaniac, but not impossible.
I reckon if you take it, you manage to take it, he's letting you.
Oof. May I spend some glory to re-roll my failures?
Let's see.
Do it.
Is this gonna be like the monkey in the Cave of Wonders? Just throwing that out there.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see that you have indeed succeeded with 7 successes,
Okay.
A boo
Yeah.
no.
which gives you 1 shift possible.
What could I use this shift for?
So you can usually use shifts to either do something better, do something faster, or do something so do something better, do something faster, or get more information out of the thing. So
Yeah.
speed is probably not a bad one as you walk past.
Yeah, I want it to be just, completely unseen even by my allies. I don't want anyone to know that I've stolen something from Trazen the Infinite.
Wonderful. So you palm this little pocket thingy. We will find out what it is when you have a quiet moment to yourself. So you follow Initech through these little hallways out to the hangar bay. The hangar bay has this transitionally asynchronous relocatable dimensional incident surveyor sitting on a hangar bay somewhere. And she says, all right, in you get. It's about the size of, for those of you who are familiar with Imperial craft, about a shuttle size. It's not a battleship or anything like that. It's clearly not designed for any kind of combat. To be honest, it looks like it's going to be a tight fit, particularly with a Space Marine in there. You're not
Gretchen
entirely
again,
sure.
completely unfazed. If you've been asked to get onto a drop ship, that yep,
Neve
this
says,
is normal.
well, all of us.
Yes, all of you. Me as well, actually, as it turns out. It's going to be an interesting ride with someone else in here.
Seems a little small.
It'll be
Purpose goes
fine.
in.
Cool.
Ducks his head.
Yep.
All
you
right,
duck
just
your
pick
head.
whoever's lap you want to sit in.
The door is not quite a door. Like there's a ramp, and it does lead up to a thing, but it leads up to a glowing green portal.
Yeah,
You
Cron
think of it as like
technology.
a Mountain Dew Stargate is perhaps the
Mhm.
best way to think of this portal that is sitting on the kind of side of this thing.
Yo,
I am
Baja
going-
Blast.
I'm going through the Mountain Dew Code Red. No, it wouldn't be Code Red.
No, Baja Blast for sure.
Baja Blast. I feel like it's classic Mountain Dew because that's the greenest.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the greenest. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. Well, anyway, Gretchen's following right behind.
I love my
I think-
little chem dog. I'm gonna bury you in my pyramid when I die.
Yep.
What a
Sorry,
compliment.
Yep, cool.
Very kind, of you, boss.
You all,
Yeah, I guess we're all going.
as you step through, you feel bodily dissociated a little bit. It does kind of feel like going through a Stargate. If you ever watched SG-1, there's that kind of stretching of time and self, and then it all catches up with you as you come out the other side, and you're in a room. Ta-da!
Gretchen's definitely done pills like that before.
How big a room?
Bigger than you think the inside of this TARDIS should be.
No.
Would you believe it might even be bigger on the inside?
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Is it dimensionally transcendental?
I mean, maybe. You don't know how it works.
What does
Probably
this
Jason
room
doesn't
look like?
either.
It's kind of Initech sort of comes in at the end, like behind you all, and says, "Yes, yes, yes, bigger on the inside. I know," and starts scuttling around, preparing to do something.
If she had lips, she would have been mouthing it as we said it.
Literally.
But she don't got those.
No, it's true.
I have a question for you, Zeno.
Sure.
Who is your master?
I am a chronomancer. I am a servant of Orican the Diviner.
And Trazen captured them.
For now, yes. We'll get him free. Be it today, tomorrow, or yesterday. We'll find a way to break him out.
Very well then.
First, we've got to get past that damned cloak.
What cloak?
It was the Ati was wearing.
I mean,
Go ahead and roll.
maybe.
What's the talky one?
I don't
Persuasion.
know.
Roll persuasion for me to see if you can persuade the robot to be drawn on this subject.
I doubt it. I don't have very good persuasion.
Neve is going to try to help, and say, "It feels like we're all in the same boat here at the moment. None of us actually want to be here, so I think the more information we share, the better we can help each other."
I want
Okay.
to be here.
Sister Anthony's having a great time.
This seems fine to me.
We need to figure out when you're from, sister. So how do I do it with assistance? Just again?
Yeah, let's say that you get a free reroll on your fails. Doesn't cost
I,
you any glory, but you
I
get it.
physically cannot win this.
Or just saying, I could roll persuasion.
Go
That's
for
true.
it.
All right, let's let Neve make a roll.
I have
I
many.
have my DN is 7 and I can only really get a 3.
I have a dice pool of 9 for persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you definitely do that with 9 successes.
There we go. That's what we want.
Goodness, with a couple of shifts.
Um,
More info, maybe.
yeah, I want to. I want more info, and I want to. Actually, more info is my second priority. First priority is I want to convince her that we really are her best hope at achieving whatever she wants. She needs to trust us. We are on her side.
That makes sense.
Tall order for a Necron, but let's go, baby.
Yeah.
She barely views us as like sentient beings.
Yeah.
Cool. So she then kind of goes, all right, fine. His time splinter cloak. I'm sure you saw it. The tessellated metal panels that run along his back. Stops him from moving through time comfortably, but also stops time from affecting him in the ways that we are used to managing it.
Ah, that's where the infinite comes from, I see.
One
So
of
we
many
can
reasons he has that
look to
name.
the infinite.
It just makes it sound cool as well, though.
One day we'll take it off him. It's not insurmountable, but it's going to take a few of us to get past it.
So
He's proof against small time incursions.
So when our large friend shot one of the Trazens in the face, and the cloak just appeared around another one, are they all projections?
No. He sorted out how to transmit himself across different bodies. The same technology that biotransferred us from our organic bodies into these metallic ones allows him to move across to a lesser form, like a warrior.
So we should
Going
try.
to be tricky to kill him.
We should try to find a way to jam that signal.
It has been done. My master was talking about a time when they were stuck so deep underground that he couldn't transmit himself across any frequencies. But it is difficult.
Well, he's just given us
Oh,
a
you got her thinking.
machine that can travel through time and I presume space, because I assume we're not going back in time just to revisit this tomb in the past, yes?
Over what you assume is the loudspeaker system for this ship, you hear, "Of course not. That would be ridiculous."
Ah, you little shit.
What? You think I wouldn't bug my own ships?
It's extra funny because bugs and
Man,
stuff.
I don't know.
Using
I
scouts
don't
to
know
do it.
how this stuff works. They travel through shit with fucking math, not space magic. So I'm out on this one.
Look, I was half expect like it was either gonna be what it's turned out to be, or like a small bistro up on its end.
Alrighty.
All right, then. Well, when are we going?
Wonderful. I'm so glad you asked. Inatek, my dear, would you be so kind as to begin the calculations? Of course. And so she starts moving into the center of this large, fairly open space. There's not a whole lot of technology that you can see immediately in this space. It's almost like a big platform. But again, same blackstone as everything else the Necron make their stuff out of. Sort of smooth, black, glossy stone on the floor.
Yeah,
with
razor as fuck.
concentric green lights or green circles of light running around it. And she starts rolling out with her tentacled lower limbs. They're not really legs, but her tentacles, and starts connecting to ports all across the place and sets up in the middle. And you can see her hands kind of twitching as she starts making some temporal calculations.
Oh man, that's sick. We got a navigator. Oh.
So there's no central console.
Well,
She
she's-
is the central console.
She is the central console.
Okay.
Indeed.
I like
Love
the
that.
Power Rangers Zord situation.
Yep.
While she's doing that, can I try and find the blue horror?
Oh, did he come through with us?
Come here, little baby.
a
I'm
pet.
always here.
I want to pick him up. Let me look at you. Where are you?
Oh, I can't let you look at me yet.
Why? I recognize you.
Just think
sound-
of me as help.
I mean, you sound familiar.
I'm sure I do.
Cutie pie.
Man, this guy.
Oh no. You're about to move through time.
Is that a problem, little one?
I can't follow you there.
Why?
But I'll see you on the other side. And he
I
fades
like
out.
we haven't gone anywhere. He's just running away.
Yeah, correct. He is.
Yeah.
You feel that his presence hasn't actually shifted all that much yet, but he's just like
So he's
faked the
pretending to
Doppler
go
of
through a
him leaving.
tunnel.
Yeah.
Tap, 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 tap,
Scrunkling some paper next to your ear. The signal's breaking up.
tap. Stop that.
Meanwhile, Trazen and Initech are kind of bickering about where to send you next, or first, I should say, not next, first.
We've
But
gone nowhere.
eventually, Trazen says, "All right, fine. Send them to Shade R1J2.
Does that sound familiar to any of us?
Roll Scholar. Let's find out. Everyone who thinks that they know something can roll a Scholar check.
There is
Strand,
no-
maybe not. I don't know how much you remember about anything.
There is no way Neve has heard of this place.
I got a complication, but I did succeed.
Oh, I nearly succeeded. Oh, can I
can
do a glory? Yeah.
Go ahead.
How do I add to it? Oh, that's it. It's like
Yeah, you just
roll
right
one
click on it.
failed. There we go. So I'm rendering stuff on the wrath. What? That work?
You just right click on your results and say reroll fails.
Yeah. Reroll failed. It says no more wrath. Is that because I'm a chaos guy?
Oh, it might be because it's using. Can you not just? Interesting. Interesting. It's not going to let you pay for that with glory. I've decreased the glory by 1, so if you want to push your wrath up by 1 and then just make it work on your character
Okay.
sheet.
No more wrath.
Why isn't it letting you do stuff?
Mechanics.
Right.
Praise the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is your wrath? Oh, there it is. Hang on.
Oh, my phone did it.
Okay, you've now got 1 wrath.
Okay, so
So now you should be able to right click and reroll.
okay. Oh, she's chunking. I did bad.
No good. Rerolled all your fails into fails.
Different fails.
Gretchen, you have definitely succeeded, but rolled a complication.
Yeah.
You know this planet because you know all of the Imperium, well, not all, but you know many of the Imperium's war zones.
I was going to say, saw
that-
that on a brief somewhere on a map.
Yeah, that's it, right? This is a planet that the Imperium lost
Uh-oh.
a couple of 100 years ago to the Tyranids.
Uh-oh.
So the extragalactic swarm of hive-minded locusts effectively have descended on this planet sometime a couple of 100 years ago, stripped it of everything even vaguely useful, biomass, minerals, precious metals, everything down to the bare rock, basically, and then moved on somewhere else. As far as you know, this planet is dead and lifeless and gone.
Yeah, so Gretchen's gonna look real confused, but then she's gonna go, so we gone there before or after it got at?
Got et by what?
What do you
Tyranids?
think?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
As Gretchen rolls her complication, Trazen laughs over the speakers and goes, "Excellent. a student of history.
Oh, he's gonna press the button.
Interesting.
Oh no.
The environment changes. Masonry collapses, revealing another path or a potential foe. The terrain becomes difficult, flooded, or visibly lowers. Okay, well, none of that's going to happen inside your home ship. However,
Lights
Trazen
keep
is
on.
going to say, oh,
Connected.
before you go, uh, given the nature of some conversations that have been happening here, allow me to send you some friends to help protect you on your journey. And two of the big, beefy Lich Guard effectively just materialize on the dais next to Inatech.
Zin's very
Oh.
okay with this. Gretchen kind of.
Out of habit, Bolter goes up. Bolter will go back down.
Sister Anthony will just wave. Hello.
Hello.
Sister, I am concerned about you.
Oh, that's so kind.
Right.
Okay, goodbye now. And Trazen is going to disappear off the Vox as things start to move inside the ship. Various holograms, again, similar to Trazen as he was walking through the holograms of all of the planets that he wanted you to visit. All of those start to form again, and dead center, Jade, R1, J2, lifeless ball of rock that it is, appears basically directly in front of Inatech's single ocular as she starts manipulating kind of time, space, and physics around it. You feel all sorts of like gravitational pressures upon your bodies, on the ship, shakes, rattles, rolls, all those sorts of things. But slowly but surely, the rotation of Jade R1J2 shifts and it starts rolling backwards. And you start to see it roll backwards and backwards and backwards until you see a mass of hive ships reverse onto this planet. Capillary towers extend down to the ground and start spewing out hordes and hordes of Tyranids as they start then going on to regurgitate biomass and buildings and everything basically that was on the planet, regurgitating the bodies of the fallen soldiers who defended it to their last breath, of the civilians who were stuck on the planet and couldn't get away at the time, regurgitating all of that as it sort of rolls around until eventually those dead soldiers get back up and their las guns start eating las fire coming back at them from the Tyranids, until all the way back, and it gets faster and faster and faster until you hit a point where the Tyranid hive fleet reverses away from Jade R1J2, and instead it is now just a rock in space. There's atmosphere, there's the winking lights of civilization, and there's all sorts of indications that it is an imperial world. Ships in orbit, little satellites floating around, all that sort of stuff. And it now looks like a planet that you could quite happily visit. And Inatech goes, ha, there we go. Here we are, Jade R1J2. Your calendar is still
Seems
confusing to
nice.
me, but I think it's sometime in M38.
My God. This isn't too long after the heresy. Or was it?
Yeah, that
I mean,
date
nothing's
means
too long after the-
that date means nothing to Neve.
Or
Yes.
Anthony.
If you think of it as like the imperial calendar is a bastard to understand, but in general terms, we're currently in M2. So like the year 2000 whatever is M2. So M38 is like a couple of thousand years before the titular year 40,000.
Okay, so
And what exactly?
when I
Oh,
put
that's what that stands for.
role playing in the 41st millennium in the intro video, I lied.
Yeah, we're a little bit before. We'll get there. We'll catch up. It's fine.
And what exactly are we looking for this Trazen the Infinite?
Yes. Okay. Here's where I get to do the exposition. Inatech seems thrilled about talking to you guys about what's going on. All right. Welcome to Jade R1J2. This planet, as you may have seen, was eaten by the Tyranids and then left a lifeless ball of rock. However, before that, it was one of the premier small arms manufacturers in this corner of the galaxy. And so, My esteemed and gracious Lord Trazen the Infinite would like to acquire one of the firearms produced here.
Go on.
There's a very specific one that he's after that became quite famous in the months preceding the Tyranid invasion, and so that's why we're here now. A few weeks before the first few infiltration organisms start landing on the planet, and it is completely lost in a matter of months. So, you're going to go down there, and you're going to recover this. And she produces a holographic image of what looks for all the world like a revolver. For those of you familiar with early Terran small arms, which should be none of you. None of you know what a revolver is. But for the audience at home and for you guys, it's effectively a giant revolver. This Liberator Auto Stub was used by some kind of folk hero down on the planet. All we know from whatever fractured history Trazen was able to recover from the planet after the Tyranids had been through is that it was used in a shootout, there was a death, and it became something of a legend in the weeks before the Tyranids invaded and ate everything. So we'd like that one, thank you. It's not historically significant if it disappears at around this time, because who's going to notice it missing at this point anyway?
Huh.
You know, longitudinally speaking.
I mean, that checks out.
It makes sense.
If you can capture the owner of the firearm as well, I'm sure Trazen would like that very, very much.
Right. How densely populated is this world? I don't remember.
Yes, Trade is a frontier world. It's not particularly heavily populated. It's got a decent forge sitting on it, but it's not a hive. Lots of small settlements.
Right. You are aware of what I am, correct?
Large and blue.
Organic.
Bird.
Yes.
Mm.
Of a chaotic, I mean, of an ultramarine variety.
That's
Bird
safe.
feet clicking underneath his thing.
Yeah. Trying real
Yes.
hard not to caw inconveniently.
The rest of the party at the moment thinks that Apophis is just a slightly odd space marine.
So, really, well, a really weird ultramarine is what you think he is.
Yeah. We are
Yeah.
not aware
I
that
mean,
he is.
Ultramarines are pretty weird anyway. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
he is
Are
a
there
s-
ultramarines on this world?
Why would there be? It's a backwater. Why would there be ultramarines here?
Good point. It doesn't matter. Let's just
Oh,
go.
because you look like what? Okay, hang on. Hold, please. And she scuttles away into like a corridor alcove that you didn't even really notice was there when everything was on and all the lights were flashing and the main dais was kind of spinning and doing all of its nonsense. And she comes back with like what looks like a cloak, but is in fact just lots of tiny little shards of metal tessellated together because the Necron don't believe in fabric because, you know, robots.
Organic. Yeah.
Pinch points.
And so she kind of throws it over your shoulders and goes, there.
Did she just put a throw on me?
Yes.
Wow. This won't make me stand out at all. Thank you.
This should, for the most part, make you look like a oversized servitor unless someone's really looking at you.
I'll take your word for it.
You're gonna have
Just
to.
nice, slow movements. Don't do anything too Space Marine-y.
Understood. I will go against 13,000 years of training.
Yes, wonderful. That would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Should we take a short break?
I think it is probably just about a good time to stop for a break as you kind of pull into low orbit and you start to pick up the chatter of an Imperial world at full tilt, hard at work on the frontier of the Empire. Let's stop for a break and we'll come back after that.
Nice.
Folks, well, we are back. Time to get back into, you guys are in low orbit at this stage. over a Imperial frontier world where you have been sent to acquire a gun. Possibly
Woo.
the person attached to it, but at the very least, the Liberator Auto Stub, which is a very finely machined revolver made with some of the best gunsmiths out here in this part of, well, made by some of the best gunsmiths out here in this part of the galaxy, just before they all got eaten by Tyranids. That's a little bit in this planet's future, however. You guys absolutely have plenty of time to presumably get in and get out. And your tiny little shuttle is starting to pull into low orbit around this planet now, when Initech steps in and says, "Now, who can pilot a ship?"
Let me just look at my stuff.
Let me check my menu.
Neve says, I can pilot some ships.
004. I don't think that's a good number.
Oh. That is what I feel my internal number is.
I have a 5.
004.
I have a 5.
We have what?
Wonderful.
What,
Well,
Out
Don't
of
you got a
character.
number?
No. No, that's not true. I do have a number. You're right.
Everyone's
that being
got
the
a
case,
number.
what are you used to piloting?
Neve gets a bit cagey and says, just small shuttles, mainly.
Imperial shuttles?
You got any chimeras?
At some point, yes.
Wonderful. She snaps her fingers and like 10 scarabs come out of seemingly nowhere. You assume that there's a whole bunch, there's like an underfloor vent system that is just, that constantly has
Full of
scarabs running
bugs.
around in it.
Yay!
And they
Anthony's eyes
create-
turn glittery.
they create in a small corner both a standard Imperial cockpit and a viewing port for you.
Oh, I like
Right.
these
And she
bugs.
kind of waves over and goes, "All right, off you go. Pilot us in."
Okay, Neve takes a seat,
No pressure.
grabs the controls,
Wonderful.
and rolls some dice.
Rolls pilot. Yeah.
What was the
She's glancing around. She's like, "Do we get our shit bars?"
difficulty?
Difficulty 3 at this point. It's you're flying in space. There is nothing around for miles.
It's
You're
difficult to
beginning
make it
enter
bank and
low
turn,
orbit,
though.
But yeah, well, that's true. It is very hard to spin a ship around in space, but you are piloting reasonably well. The controls are familiar. Had it been a purely Necron cockpit that you were trying to maneuver in, that is difficult because the Necron don't believe in canopies because they're all robots, so they just exist in the vacuum of space. So problem.
Structural
and-
weakness.
And B, would have been difficult because alien layout, and who knows whether that's an accelerator or an air brake.
And you're not USB-C either.
Yeah, exactly right. So, but because it's an Imperial setup, you've managed to pilot it reasonably well, and you're maneuvering into low orbit with all of the casual flight of someone who has been operating in Imperial space lanes for years. It's at about this point that
Inconspicuous.
your little scarabs pipe up, and you receive a message. Unidentified shuttle, prepare to be boarded for a contraband inspection.
Oh shit!
Ne-
Is that normal?
Neve immediately
uh,
grabs her communicator and says, this is shuttle number, and she rattles off something that sounds plausible. We are very late for scheduled inspection with Inquisitor, makes up a name, Demetrius of Sector 74. We have no time to spare.
Roll a deception check. Let's make it challenging because these guys do have a job to do.
in the background, Gretchen's
DN5.
talking to our Necron host, and she's like, "You got anywhere I can hide me friends on?
Is there a Necron toilet?
I don't want him taking it, but I'm gonna need it."
That's
Do I have a pocket dimension I can put a contraband in?
That's 7 successes, and I'll shift to I don't know what I can shift with that, but
Yeah,
I wanted
info,
even
quality,
greater success.
speed. Yeah. All right, cool. We could pitch it for improving the quality of your deception. Cool. In
Which
that
just
case,
means they didn't pick up Gretchen in the background talking about her friends on.
No, that's
yeah,
fine.
that's it, right? That was fortunately swallowed by the Vox distortion.
Mm.
What was the Inquisitor name you gave again?
Demetrius.
Demetrius.
That's right.
Sounds like a real inquisitor.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Shuttle, copy that. Inquisitor Demetrius is currently in situ at Freewater. Follow us in for an escort to his forward base of operations.
It.
Oh fucks.
Oh, you knew who was on the planet?
Copy that. Shuttle out.
That's
Cool.
lucky.
I'll turn to the team and say, do we want to do that or just go our own way?
I don't know if we have much of a choice. If we deviate, they could well shoot us.
I don't want to be shot.
As you are
Probably.
discussing this, a ship that is... Let me quickly double check the dimensions on this because Imperial ships are fucked.
So I have 10 kilometers or 10 meters?
Yeah. How many football fields?
1.5 kilometers of firm Imperial steel pulls in over the top of your little shuttle.
Oh yeah. love
As
that
one of
fleet
these
Gothic.
one of these tiny little escort ships runs you down to low orbit
Oh boy.
um, with a swiftness. This little destroyer is basically broadcasting on all frequencies that you're on urgent business, and large ships like the 14-kilometer suckers move out of the way of your little shuttle to create some space for you to enter low orbit.
Oh shit.
I was sweating bullets a little bit.
Better
Yeah.
do as they say.
Okay. Neve tries to fly with conviction.
Yes, go.
Confident. We're supposed to be here. Absolutely. Oh my
Shuttlecraft,
god.
that's an unusual design you got there. Where'd you pick up that ship? Over.
Um, uh,
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 Eastern Fringes.
from Rectalon 4, it was all we had available at the time.
Yeah, copy that. The Inquisition has unlimited resources, but it never seems to find its way down to us running transport, does it?
Now you can say that again.
All right, safe travel, shuttle. We'll see you when you come back up here. Out.
Out.
oh, man.
And this destroyer
hope he has
pulls
enough.
back up into high orbit, and you are locked in for a landing at Freewater.
I hope that guy has a nice day.
He won't die horribly to Tyranids in a few weeks.
No.
He's going to have a
He's fine.
nice day.
Ah. Yeah.
I hope he has a really nice day to make up for
Yeah.
the horrors of the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Him and his family.
Actually,
So
we
as
should
you're coming in, you
should
float
start
over
thinking about-
the city of... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
we should start thinking about which of these NPCs we want to rescue.
Quite a. We might have to,
I don't want to accidentally step on a bug and then the dinosaurs never existed situation, you know?
Yeah, we are trying to be incognito about this, aren't we?
We have a
Because we
pink
don't
sister
know what
battle
Nero
and
is.
1,000 suns, so super
We don't-
incog.
Yeah, super incog and trying not to steal anyone historically important.
Neve looks at Sister Anthony, sort of glances while flying, and says, Sister, how would you feel if we painted your armor black?
Oh, I don't know. I think black is
Why
quite
is
an
that something
ugly
you're
color.
likely to do?
Is that what people do here?
Yeah. Oh my stuff.
Just that we're trying not to draw attention to ourselves. And
Unfortunately, you have a sister of battle and an ultramarine with you.
Do people not like pink here? Do
it's
you
just,
have another throat?
Oh.
I admit I've not
Unfortunately,
seen,
that was my last one.
I've not seen
Purpose
any.
is just like slowly shrugging it off.
I've not seen any Sisters of Battle before, but pink seems a surprising colour for one, is all I'm saying.
Is it?
I mean, there are Sisters of Battle with white and red, so I suppose it's not completely unheard of with one
They have
is
white bits.
pink.
Oh, did you forget to separate your pieces in the wash or something?
Must have.
What is a wash?
I
If
love
me,
this game of like, what does she know, what does she doesn't. I would like to use a little sparkling of, I don't know, warp magic to make myself look enough like an ultramarine.
Oh boy, warping the ship.
Cool. As you go to do that, Initech kind of interrupts and goes, before you do that,
What?
you are still bleeding quite profusely.
I suppose, and it'll heal.
Yes. Did you want to fast track that a little?
If you can.
Perhaps you could bleed on the pink parts of my armor.
Maybe later.
All of you follow me. And so she sort of scuttles down a side corridor into a room that definitely wouldn't fit inside your shuttle.
Yep. That checks out.
What do we got here? Medibay?
Basically, it's a not quite a medibay, but it is basically like a little time-locked pocket of the ship. And she's like, rest here. By the time you're out, we'll basically be ready to land.
Hyperbolic time chamber for a long rest.
Woo!
Yeah, it is the
Ooh.
long rest machine.
Fuck
How
yes,
do we...
but you're
how do we
still
do that?
hungry. None of
Only
you
white-
get that joke. None
Only
of you.
white rice to eat.
In Chrono Trigger, when you go to the future, there's a thing called the Enetron, which you hop in and it heals you and replaces all your mana. But when you get out, it goes, but you're still hungry. And you sort of realize that everyone living in this future is in a constant state of not dying, but feeling like they're starving to death, and it's really grim.
Oh, it's
Do I just click the X on all of my temporary effects?
Yes, and your wounds would read. There's got to be a button that just long rests you.
I'm just gonna
I
click
don't
all the
see
X's.
one.
No. I mean, it's not that difficult to just click the X's, so it's not that bad.
Are we
That's
all
true.
getting in the long rest machine?
Yes, absolutely. Climb into
Yeah,
the
everyone come
Enetron.
on. Yeah.
Hey.
So what are we pressing? I don't think I took any damage.
If you go to effects, it's under temporary effects. It'll be like wounded, on fire, bleeding.
Yeah,
And
none of those.
go to your
Sick.
combat tab and set your wounds back to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Wounds.
And your shock as well.
Injuries.
Yeah, so shock goes to 0, wounds go to 0.
Yeah, I did not take any damage despite my gun exploding twice.
Yep.
I only
You're a
took
tough
damage
cookie.
from that scarab I tried to pick up.
I took a lot of damage. Emotional, physical, spiritual.
Yep.
The fact that I'm still bleeding as a space marine is concerning.
Yeah.
You're having a
No,
really
that's
bad
impressive.
day.
That's bad.
Mm.
One of my organs isn't functioning good anymore, I see.
Cool. Excellent. So you do all that. Oops. Let me go ahead and...
Oh, did we get the name of the individual wielding this liberator?
No,
You didn't. No one's got it yet.
Okay.
we didn't ask either.
I mean, surely it's the guy with the gun.
Man named Jane, probably.
Mm. Wonderful. Congratulations. You've all gone into the long rest machine and come back out. Basically, by the time you step back out, the ship hasn't really moved all that much at all. One of the benefits of traveling with a chronomancer is that time is something of a fluid construct.
Beautiful.
It's a big ball.
Can I?
Yeah, big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
I would like to vaguely look myself ultramarine enough
Yes.
that maybe
now that
if
you've
someone
rested-
hasn't seen an ultramarine before.
And all of your temporary things have
Oh,
I'm just
So
moving
we're
you back to
getting
the
more
Wrath and
now.
Glory page because you're no longer on Solemnis. So
well, that's fun.
please feel free to make a psychic mastery roll and we'll see if you can adjust your appearance.
Just the
Just
armor.
paint a frowny face on his
Difficulty.
armor.
Oh, I didn't do the DN.
Eyebrows on it.
Sorry. I
That
keep
is-
forgetting.
That's okay. A 7 will pass, especially with 2 shifts.
Alright.
But good news, you have used your magic in a place where the shadow of the warp is starting to fall. Because the
Yay!
Tyranids are coming, and the psychic shockwaves they push out really fuck up the warp.
They sure do.
Um,
Psychics don't do well with Tyranids.
and so a
Oh dear,
complication has arisen.
The
Where's
warp
my
isn't
little blue
working
heart?
very well here. Yay.
It's a bad day to be a Pothus. It's never a good day to be a Pothus.
I was gonna say it's kind of seeming like a bad millennium.
He's had a bad
Mhm.
13,000 years.
Hmm.
Can you please roll a D66 for... No, a D... Jeez, what are you rolling for that? D many.
Everyone.
He's nuts. What am I doing?
D66 plus 10, please.
Did you
Do I
say
just write
these nuts?
D66 plus 10?
If you just roll D66 and we'll add the 10.
Okay.
I think we're capable of that level of maths.
Maybe you are.
Yes,
Do
don't
I
ca-
look like
don't
I've got
count
a
me in
degree in
this
this
lead.
shit?
I got a 60 plus 10, which I can do, 70. Double check my math though.
Write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Carry the 1.
You won't have a calculator in your pocket.
Man, what a time to be alive.
So,
Mhm.
congratulations. You have successfully changed your own face and body.
Oh, face. No, just armor.
Yes. You successfully warped your armor. Your armor now looks like a much more imperial version of you.
Cool.
There's some big white U's hanging on the shoulders, so you look more like an ultramarine than you ever did.
Yeah.
They're
There's
upside
more
down.
skulls. Yeah.
There's, if you look real close, they've got like some scarab, like carapace texture to them, but
Yeah.
they're still U's, so from a distance they're fine. Bad news, you haven't done this in a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You have changed everything around you. Everything within 25 meters of you looks a little bit more ultramarine.
That's good. Okay. He looks around like.
Suddenly, all of the black stone inside this TARDIS is now white Macragian marble.
There's a really sick bleach U shape on Gretchen's tank top now.
Oh, hey, what color is
Yes.
Sister Anthony's armor now? What?
What did you do to me?
I guess, Sister Anthony, if you would like to change your armor to blue or white, you can now.
I
Not
guess make
permanent.
it
It's
all
not.
white.
It's not permanent. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be permanent.
Yeah,
It's just a...
Just turn it all white.
I was going to say yes, but it's powder puff blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby blue.
Like a really pretty blue.
Yeah.
Ne-
Period.
Neve's brown and red commissar coat is now purple and blue, and her hair has gone from the red grade to blue.
Sick. We are thematically appropriate.
He's just doing the like concerned face, like.
Everyone also picks up 2 shock.
Ah!
As the psychic shockwave rolls through and like rocks you all back on your heels a little bit as the change hits. Even Inatech seems affected by this. She like...
That she looked like an ultramarine Necron.
So, she stays the same like
It's got
dull
keychains.
silver of a Necron, but that giant kind of orbit headdress that she's got that comes up
Oh,
over her
no!
shoulders
Is it an
is now
ultramarine?
an ultramarine Ultima. So it's just a
Oh.
giant U across her shoulders now.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen.
That's pretty sick, though.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I swear I didn't mean to do that. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done it in like 10,000 years. It's been a minute.
What have you
At
done to
least
my
it's
ship?
not,
The ship is
black.
also a U, not a croissant now.
I mean, it's not that much of it. It's not that much of a change, is it?
And Neve
Pronounced
says,
croissant.
but you still look like a space marine.
Yeah, I am a space marine. I can't do anything about that. But now I look like more of a helpful one.
I thought... I'm
You've seen the
confused.
vids. Everyone loves the Ultramarines.
You told us you were an ultramarine.
I was, yes. There are many chapters of the Ultramarines after the Codex Astartes was penned by Gilliman, Father Gilliman. and split us into chapters.
Roll deception for me against Neve's insight.
Deception? Where are we?
Yep.
Deception. What's the DN? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It'll be
Just a
contested.
roll off. Okay. I'm not very good at lying, by the way.
You did not succeed.
So Neve, you're well aware that Apophis is lying, but also I can see that you've rolled a wrath complication.
We are
What
actually
happens?
Robert Gilliman comes down from his throne on high.
I'll roll the complication.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
imagine
So
how
the outcome
disappointed
is
he'd be?
Apophis is definitely lying to you.
But
What
you
have you
feel like maybe you shouldn't
again?
say anything about it.
So the warp is real sensitive around here. So sensitive, in fact, you're starting to worry that Initech might have goosed the timing of this a little bit, and the Tyranids are days away.
God.
There is massive warp interference kicking in, and as all of that happens, you all hear through all of the Necron anti-psychic baffling bullshit that's running around on this little ship. Hee 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 hee. I found you again.
Hey!
Oh, the singer's back.
Oh, little. It's okay. He's not that bad. Right, little one.
Oh, I'm not going to appear here. Are you kidding me?
Are you crazy?
There's Tyranids here.
It's like I'm
What do you mean
taking
there's
crazy
Tyranids here?
pills.
They're
Well,
not
there will
due.
be. Time is weird.
They're
I
not due
don't
for
like linear
weeks.
time.
Are they closer than that?
As if
I'll
they
never
as if
tell.
they tell us. I was gonna say. That's easy
Oh, dear.
answer.
Can I? Who needs shock the least? Who needs shock? Who doesn't need the shock the most? Anthony?
What does shock even do?
Shock is like
Um,
your non-lethal damage. It knocks you unconscious if you hit your threshold for it.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
got like 8 possible rat shocks.
Okay, who needs? I also have 8 possible electric rat shocks, or 7. Who's got lower? Who needs
Five.
no shocks?
Scarabite?
5 is my threshold.
I've got so my 7 is total and I've taken 2, so I've got 4 left.
Okay, so Neve, you need it. I will cast Dull Pain on Neve.
Neve
Oh boy.
immediately says, wait, what are you doing?
Well, it'll help.
So, go ahead. Roll your psychic mastery test to attempt to heal some shock.
When is the Necron going to be like, can you not?
Stop it!
Jeffrey's just
Apophis.
gonna get slapped.
That's a success. DN3.
Yes, it is. Neve is healed. However much of the shock is healed by it.
It is 1.
To heal 1 shock. Can you please also re-roll your wrath die? Just roll 1d6.
Oh, just 1d6?
Yeah, just type roll 1d6.
Oh. Roll. Do I just type 1d6 or d6?
I think I don't know if d6 works, but 1d6 definitely works.
1d6. Okay. Got
Okay.
4.
Thank you. That is all.
Okay.
Apophis, you are aware that the veil is thin here and that it might now be easier for bad things to happen with warp magic, but
It's warp
nothing happens
magic.
this time.
It was
You're
already
fine.
bad.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to turn us into ultramarines like this.
Neve
I
says,
mean the rest of you into
Neve says-
ultramarines.
next time you do something like this, warn us so we can leave the room, okay?
I'm not used to being around humans. I do apologize.
Even as you're talking, Initech is like by force of will reshaping her necrodermis back to her original shapes. Like, right. Now that we've got that out of the way, can you please get off my ship and go get this gun?
Yes, ma'am.
We've landed.
You have now landed at the sort of port. I say port. It's really a large landing strip with a bunch of metal kind of stapled to the deck. of free water.
Okay, we're after this basically revolver.
Yep.
This is a frontier world.
Yep.
Is this a yeehaw planet?
As you step out of the Mountain Dew portal into the harsh baking sun of this planet, it does feel a little yeehaw. It's a little Firefly-y around here.
Okay,
Lots
I
of
like it.
prefabricated buildings with like corrugated corrugated metal stapled at jaunty angles across things to patch damage. Lots of dust, lots of
Got
like
that six slide guitar in the background
Ro-
music.
robot
Yeah, exactly right,
horses neighing.
Yeah.
you see a bright purple tumbleweed scatter across somewhere in the distance.
Yep.
Wee, wee,
Purple, so you know it's an
wee.
alien planet. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And what you see as you step out of your ship, which is now conveniently very U-shaped instead of very croissant-y, is a sign hanging basically towards the entrance of the town that says "Welcome to," and then many, many bullet holes through the name of the town. And underneath, basically so that it's illegible. You don't even know you're in free water if you hadn't been, or you wouldn't even know if you hadn't been told. Welcome to a Texas town.
Texas.
Yes.
Texas. Yep.
And that
Okay.
is very obviously a company logo. This town is
Okay.
owned by the Texas Mining Corporation.
Oh boy.
The true evil of the galaxy.
Is their boss handsome?
Oh, is there a handsome lad named Jack perhaps floating around this town?
Oh, maybe.
Does he have a diamond pony?
My friend
Alas, he
adopted
did
3
not.
cats, and their names are Jack, Brick, and Tina.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Perfect. Good taste.
But as you sort of check out what's going on here, off to kind of the left, out into what you can only assume is an endless desert between towns that can only be sort of, crossed by some kind of vehicle. I wouldn't recommend trying to walk it. But off in that direction, there's a mine head, fairly obviously a reasonably large open cut pit. Lots of little prefabricated buildings out there, mining tools, mining equipment, mining vehicles, all of those sorts of things. And then off to the right, as you're sort of looking out from the spaceport, there is a much more built up, prefabricated, not quite a hive city. It's not so big and so dense as to be considered a full hive, but it is a lot of hab blocks, or like living blocks, loaded over and on top of each other, which you suspect makes up the body of the township. So you've got the mine, you've got the township, and then all the way in the distance behind that, looks like you would have to move through one or the other to get there. There is a rather large, imposing, looks like it's much better maintained than everything else around here. A large and imposing building that has much more of your classic imperial architecture. Many flying buttresses, skulls everywhere, giant gold aquila hanging over the top of the front door, all that sort of stuff. And that's where you find
Humanity is
yourself.
here.
Welcome to Freewater.
Alrighty. Well,
Neve,
Gretchen falls in to
Neve,
step behind the boss.
Neve is just looking around in almost, there's a look of utter confusion, and this is all completely new to Neve. She's never been on another planet. She's never been on a planet which was not a hive world. So to be in the open with the sky overhead, and
Oh, she getting vertigo?
there's a bit of agoraphobia going on at the moment. But she looks very anxious at the moment.
Well, I suppose it makes sense if I'm here as a god. He will assume a stance with the bolter, holding it, which he has not done in a very long time, and it looks very awkward.
Who are you guarding?
Well, one of these two. Probably not Gretchen, no offense.
Don't take it.
Neve, you might have to be the mouthpiece for this one.
Yeah, I can talk.
Are you well, little human? What's wrong?
It's just,
Yes, you look very stressed.
I guess I was still sort of hoping this is all a trick somehow, but Yeah, we really are here, aren't we? Okay. Right. I guess we should figure out where to go.
Oh.
Where did they say this Demetrius was?
Probably in the building that looks the same as we are dressed as. No?
Maybe.
Speaking of, it's a little odd that no one's come to greet you at the spaceport.
Hmm.
Surely, if
Maybe.
you're hauling cargo for an Inquisitor, that would have been voxed down to the surface.
Hmm.
Do we see anyone anywhere?
Roll perception, let's see, or awareness, sorry.
April is suspicious of what's going on, but the purpose doesn't know.
Let's see who notices what.
Oh, do we have a drop?
DN3, sorry, yeah, DN3 for everyone. Let's see what happens.
What is it?
Sorry, if I don't
rolling
give you a
rolling?
DN, just assume it's 3.
What will be
Awareness.
rolling?
Awareness.
Awareness.
Please.
I ain't got much of that. Let's go.
Whee! Oh, I have a surprising amount of that, but I failed.
Nice. Everywhere.
Oh, so many. Oh, I got 2 shifts.
Cool. You did get 2 shifts. What would you like to
Banger.
shift for?
More information!
Cool. Excellent. So I guess both Neve and Apophis, you're the ones who passed the awareness test. So Anthony and Gretchen, you guys notice nothing. You're like, it's a town, it's fine, whatever.
Yep.
Apophis and Neve, you notice that there don't seem to be terribly many people out here at the moment. But Apophis, you in particular notice with one of your shifts that it doesn't look like it's abandoned or anything. It rather like it looks more like you've landed in like the middle of the day and there's just an oppressive heat and everyone's trying to stay inside and away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a specific question that you want to ask with your second shift,
Does anyone have a specific question idea?
I mean,
It
do you see
looked
anyone inside the
really
windows?
so odd.
Are there any other ships here?
Yeah. Does anything look I don't know if Apophis would know that or not though.
anything that looks inquisitorial?
No. Yeah, let's do that. What looks inquisitorial? Or ships, anything, any evidence of like an Inquisitor present.
There are a couple of ships sitting here in the sort of landing pad with your ship. Yours is fairly obviously the latest one that's here. It's the cleanest. It has the least dust on it that's blown in from the sand flats out elsewhere. The rest of them look like they've been here a little while. There's a couple of like really small shuttlecraft kicking around, some little Arvis lighters. There's an Aquila lander which you recognize from its wingtips, which look like, for as you would you believe, an Aquila, a giant eagle. But the wings fold up basically to pack it away for landing. And then the entire like back section of the hull rotates forwards to deploy cargo and troops and stuff. So it's fully deployed. Everything's locked, but it's deployed and kind of at rest. And there is a nondescript gloss black ship parked in the corner, looking terribly inconspicuous, but also ridiculously heavily armed.
Oh, that's pretty
Weapon
inquisitorial.
pods festoon the thing.
Yeah, that might be.
And you notice just the faint taste of a psi dampening array hanging around it as well, preventing all psychic attempts to probe the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the Inquisitor ship, I
I
imagine.
think there really is an Inquisitor here, actually.
What kind of helmet do I have? Am I grunt? I've got a sergeant helmet. Sure, let's say that. A
Sure.
weird 1000 ultramarine sergeant helmet.
I mean, you've got to account for your 1,000 Suns head crest, right? So it's going to be some kind of crest.
Red helmet with a white crest.
Nice.
Oh,
Wonderful.
right. Then...
somewhere in the mine head, you hear a whistle blow.
Does
And
that sound
everything
like a
erupts
lunch
into life.
whistle? Okay.
The mine's empty. Workers pour out of the mine head and head into town, and workers pour out of town and roll over to the mine head. As you're kind of observing, it's a whole bunch of people, many of them quite broad-shouldered and muscular. because they're working down the mines pretty consistently. One of them in particular really catches your eye. He is Apophis's height.
Oh, he's big.
Fuck.
That's
What?
very big. They don't make humans that big.
They don't?
I think the best way to describe him is, do you remember Mr. Hyde from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
With the giant hunched shoulder. So basically huge hunched back body.
Oh! Is he an Ogren?
One giant arm which splits at the elbow into another forearm.
Ha! I
Ooh.
see.
And another smaller arm, but I mean, I say smaller, it's still going to be able to crush a regular human's head without too much trouble. Split
mutant.
soft palate, lolling tongue that kind of hangs lankly out of one side of his head, and a very pronounced limp as he kind of thuds over to the township from his shift in the mines. He is
we know-
sweaty, his overalls are damaged and ripped.
Do we know a mutant or an Ogren when we see one, or what are we looking at here?
Roll Scholar or Survival, I guess, is probably what I'll... Scholar or Medicaid. I'll give you one of those two, if you want to try and figure out what exactly he is.
Neve is watching.
DN 5.
Neve is,
God damn it!
Neve is watching all of the workers around this big guy and trying to get a sense of how they feel about the big guy.
Yep. Roll Investigation for that one. DN 5 as well, as we're kind of exploring stuff.
May I use a glory point?
Sure.
A wrath complication.
Yay!
I've got no more wrath. Am I just a bad boy?
No,
With
you
the
should.
baddies.
So hang on, let me. You long rested, so you've got all your wrath back. Let me reset it for you, and then you shouldn't have this problem anymore.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, give it a go now.
12 successes.
Cool.
3 shifts. Okay. But I would rather do wrath complication first.
So, Neve, you successfully observed the team, everyone around this particular big guy as he's sort of shuffling towards home. They love the guy. Like, most of them are handing him water canteens, dousing him down a little bit. One of them is desperately trying to get like a rug up over his shoulders to protect him from the heat of the sun. Failing horribly because he's just huge. But
Okay. With my shift, I'd like to get a little more information to try and work out, is this genuine affection or are they frightened of him and trying to appease him?
it's the genuine affection of family.
Got it. Okay. Now I shall roll my complication.
I now roll your complication, and then we'll figure out what Apophis knows about him.
That is one huge ogre.
I think I can roleplay this complication.
it.
Neve is suddenly distracted by... so she gathers all this information, but is taken back to a time before all of this happened. And if you look at her, you'll see she suddenly looks sad, and you're not sure why, but she's currently not in this situation. She's thinking about other things now. She's going to take some prompting to get her back on the job.
Fair enough. Neve is now lost in her own ruminations. Apophis. Not an Ogren.
Mutant.
That
That's
is what it
convinced that
looks
it's an
like.
ogre because everyone seems to like him, and you don't like mutants.
Are you specifically?
Infallible logic.
You've got like 3 shifts sitting in the stack if you want to start using shifts for stuff.
Yeah, look, I'm familiar with mutations.
It's true.
Does this look like a mutant, or perhaps a mutant of a certain cultish variety?
not to give up the game too early on this one, but there are some markers that put you in mind of something a little bit less than chaotic. Yes, his body does seem grossly swollen and misshapen, but none of it is the haphazard demonic work of something that doesn't understand anatomy.
Okay, so it's not chaos.
Yeah,
Where a chaos
demons don't tend to get the cleft palate, poor bastards.
where a demon has no idea what a human is meant to look like / how biomechanics kind of work, and just kind of goes, let's just stick an extra arm here, and all that sort of stuff without really thinking about the body of it, and then just makes uses the warp to fill the difference. This body's musculature is designed to support everything that's happening with it. With one of your shifts, you do notice a ridged forehead. So just above his split palate, there's a series of bumps and ridges across his bald forehead, and a slight elongation at the back of his head.
That kind of mutant.
Concerning. I don't think he says anything because I don't think he's entirely sure. It's not really something he's tussled with, so.
Fair.
Interesting.
As he's kind of stomping around and kind of heading back to town, you see emerging from the town head workers, guys who very obviously are wearing like the mining kit of your standard Imperial kind of excavation teams and demolition teams and those sorts of things. But also, there is a man who walks out in flowing red robes with blue kind of vestments hanging about his shoulders, with the broadest straw hat you ever did see perched atop his head. And as he walks out, you hear him pretty clearly, actually, given how far away he is from everything, saying, "Brother Joseph, come in, get yourself a glass of water, sit down." And the big fella kind of perks up a little bit at the sound of his name and starts lumbering towards this man in red.
Neve. The purpose is going to put one of his creepy hands on his shoulder.
Ah, what?
Back with us?
Regrettably, yes.
I know a depressive episode when I see one. Are you well?
We're Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Am I well? Are any of us?
I'm quite
No.
well, thank you.
Except for, actually, Gretchen, are you well?
Yeah, I could use a bit of something, but you know.
Well, half of us are doing okay. But we have bigger problems.
Siblings, behold your brother Joseph. See the hard work that he does for his beloved emperor. All of the energy that he puts into his worship at work. But also, behold, see what these false agents take from us. The sweat of our brow is swept off-world and given to others. This is not what the Emperor has in mind for you, my children. The Emperor has glory for you. The stars are your birthright. The preacher, or the guy in red, has taken to a sermon as the shifts change, exhorting both hard work for the guys who are going into work and also comfort for the people who feel like they have been worked to the bone in their last 8-hour shift.
Have they taken any notice of us?
Not particularly. One or two of them closest to the starport have noticed you landing, but an inquisitorial ship landed not terribly long ago, so weirdos are now kind of expected.
Concerning.
I like his at.
Yes.
Okay, Neve.
Alright. Well,
Neve is going to try to find someone on the periphery of the crowd, to just sort of quietly walk up to and start a conversation with.
That would absolutely be easy. Let's say that one of the mine workers has sort of split off from the main group and is refilling her water canteen from like one of the outdoor taps that's sitting next to the spaceport, or the landing pad, I guess is perhaps the better way to put it. So her bionic arm is kind of grinding from overuse for the last few hours on a shift, but she's holding it steady and she's refilling her canteen from the water tap just in front of you.
Neve walks up and says, "Long shift, sister?"
Oh, they're always long shifts, but the Emperor watches and the Emperor expects.
This is David thinking,
Yes.
who do we want to talk to? Do we want to talk to the Inquisitor?
Maybe we do.
Don't forget this world is doomed in probably very soon. So if we're gonna get things moving, probably an Inquisitor or this preacher or someone else who's of high standing is gonna have the most information about stuff.
So Neve says,
or where we can find gunsmiths, right? Like the legendary gun hasn't really been.
Good point.
Hasn't happened yet, kind of situation.
Isn't legendary yet.
Yeah, it's just a really cool gun that maybe someone has right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we're looking for gunsmiths.
Neve says, my friends and I are looking to rearm. Do you know of a place around here that sells weapon pieces?
Is rearm funny? Because she has the bionic arm. It's insensitive.
She doesn't seem to register the pun. Roll persuasion for me, and we'll see if she can point you in the right direction. Absolutely. Would you like to shift to put some glory back in your pool?
Yeah, let's do that. It's getting a bit low.
Yeah. Because there's not a ton of extra information you'll be able to pull out with 6 successes there. So she absolutely goes, I mean, we are prohibited from bearing arms, and so I couldn't possibly tell you where to get anything. However, if you went to the local tavern, I'm certain that the bartender could point you in the right direction.
Gretchen has an enormous shit-eating grin right now.
And Neve says, thank you, sister. Tell me, that ship over there, she points to the scary black ship. When did that arrive?
Oh, that's been here for weeks. The Inquisitor has been diligently investigating the area on behalf of the Emperor, beloved by all.
That was a line.
And if we wanted to report to this Inquisitor, where would we go?
Oh, he comes and goes, but I think you can find him at the Administratum tithe office just over yonder, and she indicates the big building, which is the tax office.
Whatnot. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And Neve says, thank you for your time, sister. She would toss her a coin if that was a thing that we could do, but I don't think that's... No. She wouldn't have any local currency anyway.
I will debit you credits.
No local currency, it's true, but you would have some kind of coin, and most coins are interchangeable across. So, I mean, if you flicked her one of the coins in your pocket, she would probably still take it and try to barter with it later. Like, take it appreciatively.
The other thing, my wealth is 0.
That's all right. The wealth is kind of buy stuff levels of money, not loose change levels of money. I'm not going to make you scrounge for money for bread or anything like that. You've got some wealth, but not enough to buy anything interesting.
Yeah. She will toss her a pittance.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
And then go back and report what she has learnt to the rest of the party.
May the Emperor keep you. And she makes the sign of the Aquila. Roll awareness as she does.
Interesting.
Okay, that's 8 successes and 0 failures and a shift. So
Right.
give me all the information.
Cool. Yes. So when she makes the sign of the Aquila, you know that normally the sign of the Aquila is or hands across the chest, interlinked, basically forming the shape of eagle's wings and the two heads of the imperial eagle with your thumb. When she does it, the wings are kind of split into 4 distinct sections.
Good chance Neve
This
won't.
help you live
Almost like
long
butterfly wings.
There's a good chance Neve won't
prosper.
know what that means, but she will
Yes.
take that information to the others.
Yes. Cool. So yeah, it might
Yeah.
just be a local variation,
Yeah.
Show
but
me.
it is notable.
Yeah.
Show me again. What did it look like?
She did this.
How
that'll
odd.
get you shot.
It would get you shot. I'd never heard of such a thing as a regional variant of the equivalent symbol. I fear there is something deeper going on this planet. I think it was doomed long ago,
Well, just gonna get hit.
so we should probably find this gun and leave.
Well,
Yep, big agree. All right. Tavern Administratum. This is not Gretchen speaking aloud. This is Zindy.
I
Get
also don't
distracted.
know. Do we
We
want
know what
to? Do we
Gretchen
want to?
wants.
Do we want bureaucracy or do we want gossips?
I think someone needs to be
Gossip.
thrown. Someone needs to be thrown through a window. I think.
Hmm.
That's what's supposed to happen.
We know which one's more fun.
I want to gather more
Fine.
information before we meet an
Go to the
inquisitor.
tax office
Yeah.
before we go to Services New South Wales.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always put off a trip to the government building.
Yeah, well,
Always go do something else first.
The chairs are so uncomfortable.
Well, they are. All right, shall we go to the tavern? Shall we Dungeons
Yeah, I
and
reckon
Dragons
tab-
this
yeah,
alien planet?
let's absolutely tavern it up.
Wonderful.
If there
Good
isn't
news.
someone being thrown out the holographic front window as we get there.
Mhm.
Yeah, the tavern is not hard to find, even if you weren't able to recognize it by the giant sign out the front that says refreshments, kind of crudely bolted to the top of a prefabricated sort of double-wide building. The fact that a good solid third of the people who have just come off shift are headed that way would seem to suggest that it's the local watering hole.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you have found that without too much trouble. Brother Joseph has not, in fact, gone this way. He and the man in red are still standing basically on the outskirts of town as the man in red delivers a sermon about the virtues of hard work, but also that those who claim to
Rest.
represent the Emperor here in Freewater are maybe not doing a great job of that.
Yeah.
How into it is Joseph? Can we see from here?
Yeah, I think I won't make you roll for this one. Joseph is very tired. He's just come off a big shift where presumably he has worked harder than everyone else as well, given the amount of muscle on him.
Mhm.
So he's largely he's sat down on crates. You think they were crates. They're kind of bent out of shape now under the bulk of him. But he's sitting on crates in the shade. One of his siblings has gotten the rug over the top of him to keep him cool, and they're kind of
bless.
throwing some water on him as well to help cool him down, and it's all just kind of rising off him in steam as the man in
Oh,
red
wow.
continues to
Like,
preach.
really hot.
Hmm.
Neve says quietly to Gretchen, pointing at the man in red, I'm not really... I'm an amateur at all this, so I need you to answer this for me. Does that sound like heresy to you?
I mean, if Preacher Man's saying it. So, I don't know. Can I roll for how heresy does that sound?
I will let you roll either. I'll let you roll either scholar, based on your previous study of Delectatio Divinitatis and the words of the Emperor as relayed from him to mankind through his appointed agents, or I will let you make a conviction check to gut feel how appropriate what the man in red is saying is compared to what you know to be true of the Imperial faith.
Conviction check. Where the fuck do I find that?
That's new.
So conviction's in your combat tab. You'd normally use it for corruption
Combat?
tests and those sorts of things. There
Ah.
might be the chance of picking up some corruption if you listen too hard to him and he does turn out to be a heretic.
Yo, I am gonna do the conviction one. That sounds like fun. Let's
Cool.
go.
Let me set a difficulty then for that. Just let me, jump back
So
over
I'm
to the
picking
conviction stuff.
corruption, I guess.
Yeah, so it'll be a corruption test.
Yep.
Let me give you a number. I will make it difficulty. Difficulty 1.
Difficulty
You're
one.
just listening to
alrighty.
words at this point. It's
Just
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't taken a
All
leaf.
right, Gretchen. Let's see.
Yeah, that's when it gets
Good
dangerous.
All right, we're
Ooh.
good, but a wrath complication. Double corruption.
Yay!
So like, I don't buy his shit, but I remember it.
Ooh.
Double corruption.
Is
Yes.
that what we're going with there?
Let me have a quick look to see if there's anything about the.
Double corruption points. Oh boy.
Yep. Cool. I don't think there's anything in particular that would happen here in terms of picking up anything else off of the dice, unless you really want to roll a wrath complication just for the fun of it.
We good.
But we've had a couple of those already. But yes. So you listen. Something ain't right.
Yeah, backwater preacher man.
The standard Imperial Creed basically is, as you might expect from a state-sponsored religion, very big on obeying local law enforcement and local authorities. It would be exceedingly rare for any Imperial preacher to come out against a duly appointed planetary governor and his or her and their agents on the planet. So for him to be talking about this all the time would seem to suggest some kind of incitement to rebellion, and rebellion is, of course, an act of rejection of the God Emperor himself and is therefore heresy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is
Civil disobedience is heresy.
a
So
bit heretical. Yeah.
none of that. Yeah.
Although, gotta say, if we placed Gretchen being on Armageddon, that's what the chem dogs were there for.
Yes.
so like, yeah, it's probably heresy. It's probably heresy, but she's not worried.
And Neve says, he's spouting heresy with an Inquisitor in town?
Yeah, he's pretty game, huh?
Shall we go get a drink?
He thinks it won't get up to him, or that's a bloody good idea.
Perfect. And as you step into
Gretchen
the
is
tavern,
like already moving that way.
as you step into the tavern and prepare to collect information for the first time in our Wrath and Glory campaign here in the town of Freewater, it is just about time to wrap up, and so that is where we're going to end our session tonight. Thank you all very much for playing. I am excited to get into what happens next here in Freewater with you all, and that will happen in 2 weeks' time. Next week I am away. I can't play Warhammer. I have to go play Warhammer. But we will see you all in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.
That's how it works.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.